Hey guys, Zach here, and it's time. We're going to talk about Hailey. Hailey is probably one of my new favorite characters, not for the big easy solos, which she can absolutely do, but the whole kit of the character. The 1 to debuff for bigger damage to the rest of your abilities, the 2, which is a Spartan laser on absolute crack if that Spartan laser made you stand still for 5 seconds while it decided if you were actually in range to do damage, a 3 that self-buffs your skill and gun critical hit rate, oh, and the 4, one of the best animations in the game, followed by the most satisfying barrage of orange and white numbers I've seen today. Let's get into it. This is the build that immediately popped in my mind when I saw this character's kit. This build focuses on setting up our guns for success. We use abilities to get under 50% health for the 30% buff to skill and gun damage from Walk a Tightrope, 26% gun damage from Annihilation Set, and 15% gun damage from Shot Focus for an easy 71% firearm attack bonus and a 30% skill power bonus for our 4th ability. We aren't concerned with using our 2 for this build because of the long windup and the lack of crit in the build. You can trade out Ironclad Defense and Anti-Freeze Solution to fill crit if you want, but I don't find that it's needed. We put on Maximized Conservation so that we never have to drop our buff from our 3 and weighing the scales for more reduction in skill cost and a little extra shields. When starting the fight, you'll want to pop your 3 to build your buff, start your 4th ability, and use your 1 before you shoot your first shot for a bonus in damage. You want a singular and chilled damage reactor with skill damage to Colossus and skill critical hit damage. I went with MP recovery mods on my external components, but you can go for more defense or shield recovery instead. This is our group play and mobbing build. For mobbing, just equip Thunder Cage and keep your 3 up. You're welcome. For everything else, this build is focused on cooldown and crit. We still use Maximized Conservation as we want our 3 up at all times. You're not really using your abilities for this build until you get to the boss at the end of infiltrations. Pop your 3, burn mobs down with your Thunder Cage, 1 the boss, and smack them down with your 2 for an absurd amount of damage, while leaving your teammates to play with the balls. If they take more than 15 seconds, then hit them again with your 2. If they're professional ball players, then just pull out your 4 and hit the boss in the face. Be the damage that others can only dream about. Quick note about your 2nd ability, you can shoot it through walls. The boss will have a small red arrow pointing down at them. Click, aim, blammo. You can use this build for group play on any of the lower tier intercepts, as being able to use your 4th ability every 10 seconds is pretty disgusting. The 2nd skill is also very good, but your 4 is more consistent. Just make sure to aim for those weak points to make the most of your damage. I use the Slayer set for this build as it makes big numbers, and big numbers make me happy. Stack as much MP as you care to, or swap to defensive pieces if you're having trouble surviving. You want a chill singular reactor. I'm currently farming for a Thunder Cage with skill critical hit damage and cooldown for infiltrations. For group bossing, you'll go with the same skill critical hit damage and damage to Colossus. Everyone and their mother has posted a Hailey one-shot build. I'm sure someone has min-maxed a better one, but this one feels right for me with the least amount of investment after I did the other 2 builds. I like it, so that's good enough. Do what feels right for you. As a reminder, these builds are what feels good to me. It's a balance of survivability and what I view as a fun playstyle of the character. If you have found something different that you really like, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Chances are I'll try it out if I haven't already. I'm super excited to see what red mods they have cooked up for this character. I'd love to see a mod that affects her 3, maybe buffing the team or adding defense to her kit from it. I'd also love to see a Celestial Nighthawk kind of mod for her 4th ability for back-to-back 2 and 4 spam. But we'll see. That's going to be it for the video. If you made it this far, consider leaving a like or subbing for more content. I'm on Twitch at ZachVersusEverything. Come hang out while I make new builds and try stuff out. Let me know in the comments if you prefer the short style of content or something more long form. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.